Are you stuck in the same place day after day, wishing for something to change? Do you watch others succeed effortlessly while you continue to battle the same obstacles? I get it. It feels like you're running in place, putting in the work, but not seeing the results you want. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your greatest potential has been right in front of you all along? What if you already had everything you need to break free from your limitations? Today, I'm going to show you how to break through the barriers that are holding you back. I'm about to share Tony Robbins' #1 success secret, a simple yet powerful strategy that can help you overcome doubt, crush fear, and start making real progress toward your dreams. This isn't some abstract idea, this is a proven, actionable plan that can shift everything for you. This isn't just another talk that will leave you inspired for a few hours before you fall back into old habits. No, this is a turning point, the kind of moment that changes everything. If you're ready to stop waiting for things to happen and start creating the life you've always dreamed of, then today is your day. Are you ready to take that first step? The choice is yours. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have at your disposal. It has the potential to shape every part of your life, from your career to your relationships to your health. But here's the truth. If you don't take control of your mind, it will control you. You'll be at the mercy of your doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. You'll find yourself stuck in patterns of behavior that are holding you back from your true potential. Imagine this for a moment. You have everything inside of you right now to achieve the success you desire. But what's standing in your way isn't a lack of talent or opportunities, it's the way you think. Your mindset defines your reality. The way you approach life, the way you perceive challenges, and even the way you view yourself, all come from the mindset you choose to adopt. If you believe success is impossible or beyond your reach, then that's exactly what you'll experience. But if you believe in your ability to grow, learn, and overcome, everything begins to change. Let's talk about two kinds of mindsets: fixed and growth. If you have a fixed mindset, you believe your abilities are set in stone. You might think, I'm just not good at this, or I'll never be able to do that. You may even avoid challenges because you fear failure. But here's the thing, a fixed mindset limits you in every area of life. You think that who you are right now is who you will always be. But a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve, that your abilities can evolve, gives you power. With a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as threats. You're not afraid to fail because you know failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. You see feedback as a gift, and you're willing to put in the work to become better no matter where you start. So ask yourself, are you someone who believes you can improve, or do you think your abilities are set in stone? If you're ready to embrace a growth mindset, you're on the path to unlimited potential. But it starts with recognizing that your thoughts shape your reality. Think of your beliefs as the glasses through which you see the world. If those glasses are fogged up, everything around you looks blurry and unclear. But when your beliefs are clear, when you truly believe in your ability to change and grow, everything becomes possible. The way you see the world will shift, and the way you approach every challenge will change. You'll stop looking for reasons why you can't, and you'll start finding ways to make it happen. Now, let me challenge you. What if the #1 thing holding you back isn't your lack of resources or talent, but your belief about what's possible? What if the only thing standing between you and your goals is the way you think? What if you could change everything by simply changing your beliefs? What if you could look at your life, your career, your dreams, and say, I can do this? That's the power of mindset. Your beliefs are not facts, they're simply the story you've been telling yourself. And if that story doesn't serve you, it's time to rewrite it. If you want to succeed, you need to believe in your potential even when things get tough. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If you start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles, if you begin to believe in growth instead of limitation, you'll start to see your life transform. You have the power to control your mind. You have the power to shape your reality. But it all starts with the belief that you can. Your mindset is the foundation upon which everything else is built. So if you're feeling stuck right now, if you feel like you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? What do I believe about my future? Are those beliefs serving me or holding me back? The moment you decide to change your mindset, you change everything. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You begin to take risks where others play it safe. And you begin to create the success that others only dream about. But it starts with this: your mind, your beliefs, and your commitment to growing beyond where you are right now. So take control, shift your mindset, challenge your beliefs, and watch as your entire life begins to change. Your emotions, do they empower you or do they hold you back? Every day you experience waves of emotion: excitement, fear, anger, frustration, joy. But how many of these emotions are truly serving you? How often do you let fear stop you from taking action, or frustration cloud your decisions? The truth is, your emotions can either be your greatest allies or your biggest roadblocks. The choice is yours. But first you need to understand how deeply they impact every aspect of your life. Are your emotions working for you, or are they working against you? Let me ask you this. When was the last time your emotions caused you to hesitate, doubt yourself, or even give up on something important? Fear, anxiety, frustration. These emotions can freeze us in place, making us second-guess ourselves or even take steps in the wrong direction. But here's the key. Emotions are not something you can just ignore or wish away. They're part of being human. The real question is, do you control them or do they control you? Mastering your emotional state is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. The best of the best, people like Tony Robbins, understand that your emotions don't need to dictate your actions. They know how to recognize their emotions and use them as a tool for growth. They don't let fear stop them, they use it as fuel. They don't let frustration drain them, they channel it into action. And here's the game changer. You can do the same. Think about it. What if you could control your emotional state at will? What if you didn't have to wait for the right mood or the perfect moment to act? What if instead of being ruled by your emotions, you could harness their power to drive you forward? Imagine how different your life would look. Instead of being controlled by fear and self-doubt, you'd be in charge. You'd make clear decisions. You'd act with confidence and clarity. You'd become unstoppable. But here's the catch. If you don't master your emotions, they will master you. Let that sink in. If you don't take control, your fear will dictate your choices, your frustration will keep you stuck, and your doubts will sabotage your potential. Too many people live their lives on emotional autopilot. They let stress, negativity, or uncertainty make their decisions. And where does that lead? Nowhere. That's why it's so important to recognize the consequences of unmanaged emotions. When your emotions are out of control, they can lead to poor decisions, missed opportunities, and unnecessary struggles. How many times have you let fear hold you back from something you knew could change your life? How many moments of doubt have led you to make choices you regret? When emotions are unchecked, they can distort your judgment and make you feel like you're running on empty. It's like being stuck in a storm. Your vision is blurred and every direction feels uncertain. But the good news is, you have the power to change that. With the right strategies, you can take immediate control of your emotional state and shift it toward growth and success. This is where the real power lies. Not in avoiding emotions, but in using them as a tool to fuel your actions. It's all about shifting your mindset from "I'm being controlled by this emotion" to "I'm in control of how I respond." So let's get practical for a moment. The next time you feel fear creeping in, don't let it stop you. Instead, recognize it, feel it, then use it. Use that energy to push you forward. When you feel overwhelmed by frustration, take a moment to pause. Redirect that frustration into action. Use it to make a decision, move forward, or solve the problem at hand. Ask yourself, what's the next step I can take? Take that step, no matter how small it may seem. Don't let your emotional state stop you. Instead, take control and let that emotion drive you toward your goals. It's a skill, one that when mastered will change your entire approach to life. You'll stop letting emotions be a barrier and start letting them be a bridge to success. So I'll ask you again, what if you could control your emotional state instead of letting it control you? Are you ready to take control? To stop being a passenger in your own life and start being the driver? The power to do this is already inside you. It's time to tap into it, harness it, and create the life you know you deserve. If you take one thing away from today, let it be this: your emotions are not your enemy, but if you don't manage them, they will be. Take control, recognize your emotions, use them, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Have you ever had a dream, a big goal that you knew you wanted to achieve, but somehow you never quite got started? Maybe you've had a clear vision of where you want to go, but every time you take a step forward, you find yourself stuck. It's frustrating, isn't it? You know what you need to do, but for some reason the action never follows. Here's the truth. It's not enough to just know what you want. It's the actions you take that create the results you're looking for. This is the turning point, the moment when you decide that it's no longer about waiting for the perfect time or the right conditions. Today I'm going to show you how consistent, purposeful action is the bridge between your desires and your success. Stick with me, and by the end of this you'll have a clear path forward to stop sitting on your dreams and start making them a reality. The reality is simple. Knowing what to do is not enough. We all know the theory, we understand the steps, but unless we act, those steps are just thoughts in our head. The biggest gap in achieving success is the space between what you want and what you actually do. Action is the key to turning your desires into reality. Let me tell you something important. Actions create momentum. That momentum leads to progress. Without action, you're just stuck in a loop of hope and wishful thinking. It's not enough to think about what you want, you have to go out and get it. Tony Robbins has made it clear. Massive action leads to massive results. If you want to move from where you are to where you want to be, you have to take massive action. Massive doesn't mean it has to be big all at once. It means relentless. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's the fuel that keeps your journey moving forward, no matter the obstacles. When you're taking action, you're constantly creating opportunities for success. But here's the thing. You can't wait for the perfect moment to act, because that moment never comes. You have to create that moment. It's time to stop dreaming and start doing. So how many times have you known exactly what you should do but still didn't take that first step? Think about it. You've read the books, you've heard the advice, and you've even made plans. But then the fear creeps in. Doubt whispers, maybe you're not ready. Or what if you fail? That's the resistance talking. Procrastination, fear, and doubt. These are the silent killers of progress. They stop you before you even get started. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the size of the task in front of you. But here's the secret. Every action you take, no matter how small, propels you forward. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're wasting time. That moment doesn't exist. It's a myth. The truth is, success is not about waiting for everything to line up perfectly. It's about taking consistent action, even when things aren't ideal. Think about it. How many of the most successful people in the world got to where they are by waiting for the perfect time? None of them. They acted, and they acted consistently. Perfection is a trap. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll never start. It's the habits you form, the actions you take on a daily basis, that will get you where you want to go. Your habits are like roots. The deeper and stronger your roots are, the higher you'll grow. The actions you take every single day lay the foundation for your success. If you're consistent, even with small actions, you'll start to see results. They'll compound over time. Don't wait for a big, dramatic change. Start with small, manageable steps. Break your goals down into bite-sized chunks. This is how you avoid feeling overwhelmed and stuck. Instead of looking at the whole mountain, take one step at a time. Focus on what you can do right now, today. When you take consistent action, no matter how small, you begin to build the momentum needed to reach the top. Start with one small step today. That's how change begins. Maybe it's sending that email. Maybe it's writing a paragraph for that book you've been talking about. Maybe it's getting up 10 minutes earlier tomorrow. It doesn't matter how small the action seems. It's about making progress. It's about moving forward. And when you do that every day, you'll see the transformation. The key is to stay in motion. Consistency is the true secret to success. Don't wait for everything to align. Just start moving, and the pieces will begin to fall into place. But here's the reality. Inaction comes with consequences. Every time you don't take action, you're not just missing an opportunity, you're creating frustration, you're building regret, you're looking back and wishing you had started sooner, you're sitting on potential that you're not tapping into. Every moment you delay takes you further from your goals. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to get started. You've probably heard the saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. The same goes for your goals. The longer you wait, the more chances you miss. Waiting for the perfect moment is like waiting for the tide to be just right before you jump into the water. The tide never stays the same, it's always changing. If you wait for the perfect wave, you'll never get in. The water's never going to be just right. But you know what happens when you jump in anyway? You learn to swim. You start figuring things out as you go, and eventually you'll be navigating the waves with ease. The same applies to your life. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Start now and let your actions carry you through the challenges. The time to act is now. There's no more waiting. You've already waited long enough. You know what to do, and now it's time to do it. Every small step you take today is one step closer to the success you're capable of. Don't let fear or doubt stop you. Take action. Massive action. Consistent action. And watch as your dreams begin to unfold in ways you never imagined. Have you ever found yourself wandering, unsure of what direction to take next? Have you felt like you're stuck in place, not sure how to move forward or where to even begin? It's frustrating. You know you're capable of more, but without a clear path, it's like trying to drive with no destination in mind. Here's the thing, goals are the compass that guide you. Without them, you're drifting aimlessly. But when you set your sights on a clear goal, everything changes. Today, I'm going to show you how to not just set goals, but how to achieve them step by step. We're going to break down how to create powerful goals that propel you forward and how to stay on track even when things get tough. This is not just theory, this is a practical roadmap for turning your dreams into reality. Stick with me, and you'll leave here with the tools you need to take immediate action and start making real progress. Goals are not just something you write down and forget about, they are the fuel that keeps you moving forward. Think of your goals as the engine of your life. Without them, you're running on empty. It doesn't matter how hard you work or how talented you are, without a goal, you're simply drifting. Goals give you direction. They provide the clarity you need to focus your energy and effort. When you set a goal, it's like turning the ignition in your car. Suddenly you're moving. You're no longer stuck. Goals provide momentum. They give you a sense of purpose, and most importantly, they give you something to chase after. The key is to set the right goals, the ones that will push you to grow, challenge you, and ultimately take you where you want to go. The power of goals lies in their clarity. Clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, you become unstoppable. If your goal is vague or uncertain, it becomes a lot harder to take action. But when you know exactly what you're aiming for, you can break it down into manageable steps, and you start moving with purpose. This is where Tony Robbins' SMART framework comes into play. SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Create a clear roadmap to your dreams. No more wandering around in the dark, hoping things will fall into place. With SMART goals, you're not just guessing, you're planning. You're setting yourself up for success. Take a moment and think about this. How many times have you set a goal but weren't really clear on the specifics? How many times have you said, I want to be successful, but never defined what success really meant? Success doesn't just happen. It's not some vague idea. It's a series of concrete steps that you need to define. The clearer you are, the easier it becomes to chart the course. So, what do you really want? Do you want to get healthier? Write a book? Start a business? The more specific you are, the easier it will be to put a plan in motion. When you are crystal clear, you turn the impossible into something achievable. Now let's talk about the next step, breaking down your goals. Big goals can feel overwhelming. Looking at the end result might make you want to give up before you even start. But here's the truth. No mountain is climbed in one giant leap. Think of your goals like a mountain. You don't climb it all at once. You take it one step at a time. When you break your goal down into smaller, more manageable steps, it becomes much easier to stay on track. Instead of looking at the mountain and thinking, that's too much, you look at the next step and say, I can do that. One step at a time, and before you know it, you're at the top. Don't let the size of your goal overwhelm you. Break it down. If your goal is to run a marathon, don't focus on the 26 miles. Focus on today's training, the next mile. Once you complete one step, take the next one. Each small step is progress. But let's be real, obstacles will come. Life is messy. The road to your goal won't always be smooth, and you will face setbacks. Maybe you'll fall behind. Maybe you'll lose motivation. Maybe you'll even get distracted. It happens to all of us. But here's the thing, staying focused on your goals is what helps you push through. When you encounter an obstacle, don't stop and let it defeat you. Look at it as a challenge, another opportunity to prove to yourself that you can overcome it. What do you do when the road gets tough? Quit or keep going? That's the difference between those who succeed and those who give up. You'll have moments where everything seems against you, but that's when your goal has to mean more than just an idea. Your goal needs to be your driving force, something you refuse to give up on, no matter the setbacks. Success isn't a straight line. It's a series of detours. Sometimes the path you start on won't be the one that gets you to the finish line. Flexibility is key. You need to adjust, adapt, and keep moving forward. Flexibility allows you to stay on course, even when things change. Persistence will get you to your destination. You may need to pivot, but as long as you're moving forward, you'll get there. Never stop, never quit. Keep moving forward. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the ability to stay focused even when the road ahead is unclear. No matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you stumble, never stop pushing. Remember, the only way you truly fail is by quitting. Achieving your goals requires persistence and flexibility. If you hit a wall, find another way around it. If something isn't working, try a different approach. Don't get caught in the trap of perfection. Success isn't about getting everything right. It's about staying on the path and adjusting when necessary. When you keep your focus, when you break your goals down into smaller pieces, and when you persist no matter what, you'll see that achieving your dreams is possible. So today, right now, commit to clarity. Define your goals, break them down, start taking one step at a time. Obstacles will come, but they're just detours, not dead ends. Keep moving forward, never stop, never quit, and you'll get there. You have the power to achieve everything you've set out to do, but it all starts with the first step. It starts today. So what are you waiting for? Have you ever experienced a moment where you felt like you've reached the peak of your success, only to realize that the feeling didn't last long? Maybe you thought, once you hit that goal, life would be different, but it wasn't. It's frustrating, isn't it? The truth is, long-term success doesn't come from one big win. It comes from consistent growth, from getting better every single day. So if you're waiting for a one-time breakthrough, I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. Real lasting success comes from resilience, from learning, and from never settling. Today, we're going to dive deep into the real secret behind long-term success. I'm going to show you why it's not just about what you achieve, but who you become along the way. Stick with me, and I'll guide you through practical lessons that will help you build a foundation for success that lasts a lifetime. Long-term success isn't about waiting for a breakthrough, it's about building it, piece by piece. Think about it this way. How many times have you achieved something and felt a rush of excitement, only to realize that the thrill faded and you were left wanting more? That's because success isn't a one-time win, it's the result of continuous growth. You don't hit a point where you're done and can stop working. Success is a journey, not a destination. Every step you take forward is part of a much bigger picture. The moment you stop growing, you stop succeeding. The key to long-term success is not about reaching the finish line, it's about how you adapt, learn, and keep pushing forward. Adaptability and lifelong learning are at the core of long-term success. In today's world, change is constant. The only thing that's guaranteed is that things will keep evolving. If you want to stay ahead, you have to learn and adapt. It's not enough to rest on your past achievements or wait for things to get easier. The world doesn't stop changing, and neither should you. Tony Robbins teaches us that success isn't about finding the one perfect way to get ahead. It's about staying flexible and being willing to learn. The people who make it in the long run are the ones who continue to grow. They read, they listen, they adapt. They embrace change and use it to their advantage. The moment you stop learning, you start losing your edge. So commit to being a lifelong learner. That's the real secret to lasting success. Let me tell you something. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey of constant improvement. If you're looking for a one-and-done moment, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Success doesn't happen in one big leap. It happens in the small moments when you show up, when you push yourself to be better than yesterday. It happens when you get comfortable with the discomfort of growth and improvement. Think about it like this. Every day you wake up, you have an opportunity to get 1% better. That might not sound like much, but over time those small steps add up. And over the years, that compound growth will set you so far ahead of where you started. The key is consistency. Keep showing up, keep improving, keep pushing yourself forward. That's how you achieve long-term success. You will fail. We all do. But that's okay. In fact, that's expected. Tony Robbins' philosophy teaches that failure isn't the end. It's just a stepping stone to success. Too many people are afraid of failure, and they let it hold them back. But here's the truth. Failure is not a sign that you've reached the end. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're learning, and that you're moving forward. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback a stepping stone to a stronger version of yourself. Think about building a skyscraper. You don't just throw up a building on a weak foundation. You take the time to build it strong, piece by piece. Your growth works the same way. Every mistake, every failure is just another brick in your foundation. The stronger your foundation, the higher you can build. So stop fearing failure. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it fuel you to reach even greater heights. Now let me ask you this. Are you committed to improving just a little bit every day? That's the key to long-term success. It's not about making giant leaps. It's about the little consistent actions that build up over time. If you're only focused on the big wins, you'll miss the power of daily growth. Every day you have a choice to stay the same or to improve. Every time you show up, you're either taking a step forward or staying where you are. If you're not getting better, you're falling behind. It's as simple as that. Success comes from those small daily habits, those actions you take when no one is watching. So commit to getting better each day. Whether it's reading a book, learning a new skill, or just taking care of your body, each action is a step toward the person you want to become.
Staying in your comfort zone is the quickest way to stagnation. When you get too comfortable, you stop growing. Growth happens when you push beyond what's easy, when you do the things that challenge you. If you're staying in your comfort zone, you're limiting your potential. You're saying this is enough, but deep down, you know there's more for you. The truth is, your comfort zone is a prison. It might feel safe, but it's holding you back from the life you truly want. So if you want long-term success, you have to break free from that comfort zone. Growth is like a muscle, you have to stretch it to make it stronger. Just like lifting weights forces your muscles to grow, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone forces you to grow. And with each stretch, each challenge, you become stronger. The more you push yourself, the more you realize just how capable you really are. Never settle for where you are today. Keep stretching, keep growing. Long-term success is about more than just what you achieve, it's about who you become. Success isn't defined by your bank account or your title, it's defined by the person you become in the process. Will you be someone who learns, adapts, and keeps going no matter what? Will you be someone who embraces failure as part of the journey, not a setback? Will you choose to improve every single day, even when it's hard? The truth is, the person you become in pursuit of success is the real reward. So who will you choose to become? Will you choose to be someone who stays stuck, or will you choose to rise, to stretch, to grow? Your success is in your hands, but it's up to you to decide who you'll be. Make that choice today. You've learned the strategies, you've heard the lessons, but now it's time to put them into action. I want you to remember this: success is not a secret, it's a choice. It's the mindset you cultivate, the emotions you master, the actions you take every day, and the goals you set. These are the building blocks of your success, and the most powerful part, you already have everything you need to succeed inside you. The question is, are you willing to do the work? Are you ready to take what you've learned and apply it to your life every single day? Now is the moment. You've heard Tony Robbins' #1 success secret, and now you must act. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and create your own. It's time to stop looking for excuses and start looking for solutions. It's time to transform your life. You can no longer afford to sit back and hope things will change. It's your responsibility to make things happen. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to take action. It's all in your hands. You have the power to create the life you want, but it starts with one simple choice. Will you take the first step? The time for waiting is over. Now go out and claim what's yours. Success isn't for the chosen few. It's for the determined. It's for the brave. That's you. Now go out and make it happen. Your journey starts now.